Hi there, welcome into Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips 2022. I'm Lisa. I'm a Feng Shui master and quantum energy alignment practitioner. And what I'm about to share with you today is a little bit of a process that I've created called Energy Upgrade, which uses the ancient book of changes, also called the Ching, in a divinatory way, in which we're going to be looking at the elements of nature and nature's ability to survive and thrive and persevere throughout all the seasons of life is telling us in a very scientific way, a way that we can interrelate ourselves and know how we can best overcome our own challenges, adversities, and even adapt better to our opportunities with more ease and flow. And combining that with some quantum modalities, such as using a stress reduction software, using more quantum energy alignment practices. And so if this entices you, you're in the right place. If anything, I hope this will be entertaining, and I'll get to tell you a little story about nature, and perhaps it'll resonate with you and help you. So take only what resonates and leave the rest. And we're going to be looking at the current collective cosmic energy surrounding all of us receiving an energy upgrade for the week of beginning March 27th. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell, turn on notifications so you know when I'm uploading a video each and every week, and you'll have that information, and perhaps it'll help you on your own life path journey to have more success and happiness and joy, wonder, and awe in your life. And that being said, let's get started with the I Ching divination. So I've already gone ahead and divined of the ancient I Ching to please tell me what is the energy surrounding those wishing to receive an energy upgrade as of today, March 27th. Now, if you find this video at a different date and time, that again is by no accident. So stick around and see if this divination relates to you in this moment of life. And this is finding you at the perfect time, hopefully. And if you are new here, I always invite you to have a candle, light a candle to state your intentions. Keep that in mind as I'm reading. And I will be speaking freely about what I am divining in of my intuition, and also what I'm learning of the ancient I Ching. And I invite you to also have a notebook handy, a journal that you can keep each and every week and fill in the gaps in between our sessions. And it'll tell you a beautiful story throughout and give you so much clarity, and there's so much that we can miss out on when we're not actually transcribing the events. And it's interesting to be able to look back and say, wow, this really did happen. Because we get so caught up into the wheel of life that we miss out on the details and the moments. And so have your pen. I prefer a black ink pen in Feng Shui, especially when we're doing something of this nature, writing any contracts. Make sure it's free-flowing, you're not having issues writing. And if you need to put me on pause for a minute, write your goals, state your intentions for this session, then hit play. We'll come back into this divination. Those of you who have stuck with me, this current energy that we're in right now is about patience. Patience, probably one of my least favorite words, and it shouldn't be in Feng Shui, because Feng Shui is very much about being grounded and holding in patience and having a detachment from outcomes and living in today's world and in the projects that I work with on a daily basis. Patience really is, I'm really on the struggle bus with patience. I don't know if this resonates with you too, but let me know in the comments. What's your relationship with patience? Is it a daily practice like it is for me? Do you institute some meditation into your daily practice, at least 20 minutes? Do you practice grounding? And what are the ways that you do that? It's really important right now, and this is coming through strongly in the current energy. I know that we're coming out of we're in the midst of a lot of opportunities flowing in at us really quickly, and it might be overwhelming. You might feel anxious. You might be forgetting about some opportunities because they're coming at you. You might not be noticing the opportunities as opportunities because you're in a state that is a flight or fight response with this type of momentum. So in this current energy, the ancient I Ching is advising the energy of water above, sky below, or water above, heaven below, depending on which text you're reading, which translation that you're reading. And it is the energy of patience. And so it's asking, resist rushing or trying to push through or force a goal, because if you succeed in any way through rushing at this time or forcing something through, it's going to be very surface level. You might have a temporary satisfaction from it, but it's not going to be long lasting. So pushing is not going to be your friend right now. Rushing is not going to be your friend. It's going to be a little uncomfortable for most of you, especially if you're like me. Know and have faith that you're going to find a way out of your current challenges. And it is a perception. Our challenges are a perception. You're going to find a way out. Good fortune awaits, and there is a very important lesson in this struggle feeling that you might have. You're going to come through this much stronger, and a lot of us might be irritated by that saying, and certainly growing up through the years, I've heard it a lot myself, but there is going to be a sense of greater achievement when you come through the other side of this uncomfortable feeling that you're having right now without having to push through it. Make sure that you are gaining, you're nourishing, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, lots of self-care. Importance coming through here as well. I mentioned meditation already. And on that note, stress reduction. So I'm going to jump over to my stress reduction software and come back to the rest of this reading. And again, so this software, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a stress reduction software called SRC for You. Now, I've developed my own practice with it and have mentored under the developers of the software, and I found it's extremely useful in my practice, integrating it with Feng Shui and other modalities to remove and mitigate some unnecessary stress that may be triggered throughout any events or based on any of the timelines that I'm experiencing. So whether it be current, whether it's a level of consciousness that is super conscious or unconscious, whatever level of awareness that these emotional hiccups are occurring, this software helps to remove that which no longer serves and install, program, or call upon the energies that help to mitigate and harmonize this feeling of angst and anxiety and stress. So let's pull upon our emotional aura field at this time. So take a deep breath, make sure you're fully hydrated. Okay, so there's quite a few things lingering in our emotional aura field at this time. Some of these might be jumping out at you like, yes, this is me. Some of them may remind you of someone you spend a lot of time with. So the issue is victim, persecutor, rescuer, breaking the triangle paradigm. So triangular relationships coming through really strong here. Not always the healthiest, could be a little toxic. And needing to access a sense of deserving success. Anyone have an issue with imposter syndrome out there? Raise your hand, let me know in the comments. And again, if you're leaving me a comment, I want to take the time to respond to you. Make sure you hit up the link provided in my bio or description so you can contact me and email me if you prefer. And yeah, so I want to know if this is resonating with you directly. And the negative self energy here, looks versus who we really are, as we're talking about authenticity, embodiment, all of these important elements to success, right? Accessing the understanding of the law of fate. Some of these you might want to write down and Google for yourself, do a little reading on, really reflect on in your meditation even, or journal on some of these. If they don't resonate with you, this will be beneficial in any way. It might be a level of your unconscious that needs to be brought into harmony, but the goal is to help renew and restore your emotional aura field. And also standing up against his bullying and tyranny, creativity, lack of, unappreciated within family. A good way to change somebody's attitude is to change your own. So that's a negative self trait there. And then kiss my ass syndrome. Did you just say that today? This is for you. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes here. And this will be working to restore your emotional aura field, repairing any rips, tears, impermeations that open you up to any stress. As we know, that stress is the root of all dis-ease. And let's do some work around mitigating that and bringing some awareness. Okay, let's get back to the Ching. Find it really interesting, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it when things are going to start to feel a little more difficult for most of us out there. It's going to happen. We're not always going to be riding high. Like last week, we were probably feeling pretty high about things. I'm very confident, and right now there might be, it might feel terrible to have to access some patience for a lot of us that were really enjoying that high vibe momentum and just churning it out towards our goal. We're going to have to retreat, right? So you see the shifting energy into retreat. Okay. Progress isn't a straight line. We know that, right? That's ups and downs and twists and turns, and so is energy. As a Feng Shui practitioner, we work to direct and manipulate energy in a way that it winds. That's the healthiest way to control energy. It's not healthy to operate in a straight line. We don't like straight lines in Feng Shui for that reason. We like a meandering line. So a detached retreat is going to give you an opportunity for greater advancement. And this detachment is have your goal but be detached from it and enjoy the moments. Enjoy the reflection, enjoy your retreat, enjoy the nourishment of yourself, enjoy learning more, enjoy going more within, and know that these little things that you're doing for yourself will be helping to push the needle forward in some way. It just will feel smaller. It is advised that you communicate to your circle that you're taking a break if you choose to do so, and make firm arrangements and commitments to them that you're going to pick up where you left off and that you need to replenish. And having these boundaries is really important because everybody's feeling this need to speed up. Coming out of like the advanced opportunities that were in last week, it felt good. We want to keep going. The momentum feels great, but what is this doing to your body and your mind and your soul? The times that we can go into retreat and meditate and really contemplate and make very purposeful, strong, directional decisions are very valuable because, again, remember, if you're going to be doing a lot of pushing to make things happen, it's not going to feel as good or be as long-lasting as if you were to put this time and energy into taking care of yourself, putting great care and thought. Okay, so patience. Love it, hate it, let me know. All right. While we are still pulling on your emotional aura, make sure I hit the button on that. Got a little bit of time left. I'm going to, since we have time, I'm going to be supercharging you with some frequencies and to carry you through this energy and be very helpful to you. Okay, so coming back to the supercharger that we're going to be using, we're going to be installing frequencies that are going to be charging you and carrying you through this week during this energy of patience. So I think we're going to need it. Let's always send abundance, prosperity, of course. How about some faith and courage? And inner knowing. And just straight up patience. What else can we send during this time? Abundance, prosperity, faith, courage, inner knowing, patience. Now, this is something that we were to be doing in a deep dive session, personal session. You could then, at this time, we can work upon using your intuition and mind to come up with what we need for you. So also in this time of retreat, let's say nourishment, best self. Okay. This is going to be supporting you for about 2 weeks. I'm going to let it run for the full minute, and we're going to take a look with the emotional aura field. Words of wisdom came back. So let's take a look at that. While this is running, let's see, bring this up. Okay. All right. So this is perfect, right? It says speak this 3 times today. I'm going to suggest that you speak it 9 times based on my master's training. Grandmaster Professor Lin Yun. Really, in our practice, we believe in using everything as a multiple of 9 or a multiple there of 9. So 3 is a great number. If you love 3, go ahead, use it, but I'm going to recommend 9 times. Say, I have grit, stamina, and toughness. So if you're feeling this period of instability or challenges and you're just wanting to push through, know that you have grit, stamina, and toughness. And we're going to be using that energy and going within and our self-retreat. These words, we know that words carry an energy, are going to help harmonize your emotional aura field at this time, making sure that it's free of all tears, permeations, rips, no more Swiss cheese aura around you. So you can write on a Post-it note 9 times. Put it on your desktop, your laptop, put it on a mirror or by a door that you walk by a lot during the day. Really help to get it ingrained into all of the levels of your awareness. And on that note, patience. Patience, there's so much that goes into cultivating a patience that is going to be lasting, and it requires a maintenance for most of us. And we know that patience, the Buddhist monks, and there's a great deal of detachment and lessons in ways of letting go of the outcome. And it's really hard to do in today's world, and a lot goes into that, a lot of training. And it's not something that you're going to feel comfortable doing if it's your first time. I'm going to recommend that you choose a place that becomes your center for grounding. Maybe that's outside, seated by a tree. If the weather is lovely for you right now, like it is for me here, and really sit, be grounded, and get centered, and just breathe and get used to it for 20 minutes. And then eventually you're going to feel comfortable in relaxing into it, and think about allowing the energy from the sun flowing in from your temple and down through the core of your body and into the earth and back up and out. And that's one way that you can really get into a good practice, or initial practice of grounding and meditating. And we, a lot of Feng Shui practitioners, we have our own meditation practices that we use in training with our students as well. And it's a great place to be able to understand your own energy and the own cycles of your own self, and really have that trust and faith. And another great place to look is the center of your home. This is the area of your holistic health and wellness, your Tai Chi. And look to make sure it's clear of clutter. If you need a space clear here as well, light your Palo Santo, white sage, and bring in some blessings if you use that sage as well. But with the intention that you are wanting to ignite your sense of Tai Chi and wellness at this time. And everything should be towards that replenishment of your energy that you might have been spending during the time of high momentum and opportunities just before right now. The opportunities aren't going away, but there might be a little bit of a struggle bus going on, and you're not alone if that's the case. Maybe you're a little bit more higher level and you have a better awareness. It's okay to be at different levels in this process. And we all start from different places, but the lessons can be the same. So take what resonates with you. And these words of wisdom, I have grit, stamina, and toughness, can be within you and also be in the state of retreat. Interesting how that works out, right? Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm visiting Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips, and it is 2022. I'm Lisa Albin. I work with Cloud9 Feng Shui and the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui to help bring more beauty, more abundance, and more enlightenment, creativity, and support for people. And if you wish to join me on this journey, my partner and myself, my partner Steve Kodat of the Feng Shui Cure, and myself, we are hosting our next class, our next live training for Feng Shui certification. Starts May 11th, 2022. If you're interested in applying and enrolling with us, hit up the link provided in my bio and description, and I look forward to hearing from you. Many blessings times 9, and I'll see you next week.